AI will make your career obsolete in less than 5 years. Here's how. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much once again joining me for tea time. Today we have a little bit of misty morning, and that is it. Clean, refreshing, so good. I hope you're joining me with your cup of tea, maybe a cup of coffee, hanging out, talking tech, talking photo, talking video. Today is like a tech photo video day all rolled up in one. So let's get into it. I'm going to skip the housekeeping for today because this is really important. I just want to get right into this. I was reading an article over on DIY photography, and it was very interesting. I'm going to read some of it to you, and then I want to give you my take on this because things are getting bad, and they're getting bad quick. And a lot of people have their head buried in the sand, and they don't see it. All right. So there's going to be a lot of us, especially in the creative industry, that will be losing our jobs within the next 5 years. Okay. So let me get into this and then I'll give you my take on it. And then once again, as I always say, I want your take on it. So down below in the comment area, let's have this discussion because I'm sure you will have a thought or an idea or maybe something that you can do or we can do to prevent this or at least mitigate it. Because like I said, there's going to be a lot of jobs lost in the creative community, and that is our community. It doesn't matter if you're in photo, if you're in video, if you're in tech, a lot of jobs will be lost. So let's get into this article. This is kind of fascinating to me. And once again, this kind of sparked this thought. Now it says, finally, it has happened. The first major fashion magazine has used a cover image made entirely from artificial intelligence or AI, with not a camera, stylist, makeup artist, designer, or art director in sight. And it allegedly took just about 20 minutes to create. We are officially doomed. I agree with this guy. I agree with him. It continues by saying, Lisa Oppie, a former Miss Virgin Islands hailing from Miami, graces the August cover of Glamour Bulgaria. This is Glamour magazine. The image shows a futuristic Barbie aesthetic that perfectly aligns with her personal style. Oppie reveals that her inspiration for the shoot, stating to the New York Post, quote, my team and I were kind of putting together a storyboard, and we wanted to do a futuristic Barbie theme because, first of all, Barbie is like my style and it's who I am. And with the Barbie movie coming out, it was perfect. Collaborating with her stylist, Joey Rowland, Oppie stumbled upon an image of a pink-cladded Barbie adorned with a breastplate. Enamored by the picture, she was determined to incorporate it into the cover. Surprisingly, the image was generated by a talented AI artist named Fran H., also known as AI Fashion Photos on Instagram. Intrigued by Fran's work, Oppie and her team approached her with a unique request, using Oppie's face to create images for the Glamour Bulgaria cover shoot. Oppie had to provide Fran with numerous facial photographs shot from various angles. Approximately 50 images were generated for the cover shoot, a process that unfolded in a mere 20 minutes. While some images exhibited minor imperfections, such as deformed fingers, this is always the case. For some reason, AI wants like 6 fingers or crooked fingers. I don't get that. I've seen that all the time. Anyways, such as deformed fingers, others surpassed Oppie's wildest expectations. She gushed to the Post, quote, it was super easy, and it was really fun because sometimes it would generate things that you wouldn't think of, but you like better than what your original idea was. Despite the AI-generated images dominating the magazine, one authentic photograph of Oppie herself found its place within the publication, providing readers with a glimpse of her true appearance. Crazy, right? One out of all of the images were actually her. It's kind of hard to tell which one it is. Oppie embraces the luxurious treatment typically accorded to models during shoots, but fervently embraces the potential sustainability of AI-driven photo shoots. Can you have your cake and eat it too? It's a question. Highlighting the time-saving aspect, OP noted that the AI technology eliminated the need to try on multiple outfits. Well, that's great. However, some have not embraced this innovative approach to magazine covers. Fashion columnist and editor Muriel Ginsburg expressed her disdain beneath Fran's Instagram post, stating, quote, "I am sure the fashion photographers are thrilled about this. It's rather disgusting," is what she stated. OP herself acknowledged concerns surrounding the negative impact of AI on job prospects for photographers and set designers during her interview with the New York Post. Recognizing the potential repercussions, OP shared her thoughts on the necessity of protecting individuals affected by the rise of AI, acknowledging that AI is the wild, wild west. Still, while OP paid lip service to the potential threat to jobs, OP's main concern seems to be mostly limited to the rise of deepfakes and nudity. She spared little remorse for the potential jobs that it could replace, telling Glamour that, quote, "For these images, we had no photographer, set, clothing, accessories, hair, and makeup. We can see how AI could replace photo shoots entirely." Great. She might want to be careful, however, since AI is not only coming after people with creative talent. Hollywood actors are on strike after a proposal was made to scan their likenesses for use in kind of like a Black Mirror-esque scenario. We won't even need models or celebrities soon. And that is absolutely the case. Now, if you don't know what Black Mirror-esque means or what is Black Mirror, you know what? Let's jump over to my screen real quick. So let's type in, what is Black Mirror about? There you go. Now, do you see what's happening right here? Do you see it says generative AI is experimental, info quality may vary. This is all new, guys. Well, I'll talk to you about that in just a second. It says Black Mirror is a British television anthology series that explores the unanticipated consequences of new technologies. The show features dark and sometimes satirical themes that examine modern society, particularly the corrupting influence of entertainment. So as you can see, this pink area is now AI. This is AI built into Chrome or built into Google. And I had to accept this into my search. Normally, all of this white area down here, this is what the normal search would look like, right? You'd have YouTube videos, you would have Wiki, you would have all of this type of stuff popping up. But this at the very top now is AI. It's trying to figure out what I want to know, and then it remembers it and then gives me back more of a conversational type of response. Now, I had to agree to this. Matter of fact, let me bring this up on the screen so you can see this. This is what I had to agree with to be able to use this service. Now, I'm not going to read it all, but as you can see here, SGE, which is Search Generative Experience, a generative AI experience in search. Turning on SGE will give you access to a new generative AI experiment in search, as described in our policy, blah, 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 blah. So I had to say, I agree to this, and it does keep my data for its own research. Now, supposedly it's only going to store it down here. You can see 24 hours and then it deletes it, but who the heck really knows, right? Who knows? We don't know. They'll probably keep it forever. They say whatever they want to say. But as you can see here, once again, we see AI coming into the forefront. Google knew that if they don't bring AI to the forefront and give it to you, right? Forget about Bard, but literally in search, they're going to be lost. The reason being is everyone is starting to use ChatGPT, right? So if you want an answer to something and that answer is something that is from 2021 and back, you would just go to ChatGPT, ask the question, and then ask follow-ups and follow-ups and follow-ups and have a conversation with ChatGPT 4.0 now or whatever and get a good, decent response. Basically the same type of response that you get in Google and searching through everything. Alphabet says, holy hell, we're just going to be AI'd right out of the mix here. We need to put this in our search. If not, everyone's going to use ChatGPT GPT for search like they're doing now instead of using us. Now, when ChatGPT goes live, let's call it, and the data, instead of being 2021 and back, but it's actually current to the second, now why would you use Google? You wouldn't need it. Just use ChatGPT. At that point, whatever company has the best AI experience, like ChatGPT, will win. And that's what everyone will use for doing any type of search. So Alphabet really has to take notice of this and say, holy shit, we need to make sure that we're better than ChatGPT once they go online and they're live, so to speak. Because once that happens, we're kind of screwed. No one's going to use Google anymore. They'll just go to ChatGPT or whatever the next best AI is. So everyone is being affected by this. But like I said from the beginning, is your job being affected? Chances are it will be. I know us in the creative industry, we will be heavily affected. Just think about the photographers, videographers, the lighting crew, the gaffers, the set designers, the wardrobe designers, the camera operators. How about the makeup crew and the hairstylists and all the rest of these people? Everyone will be without a job when it goes fully AI because you don't need it. Just like they said, 20 minutes, they took a whole bunch of pictures and different angles of this woman and sent it off, and there you go. Only one image out of all of the images in the magazine of her were real. All the rest of them were just AI generated. Amazing. So maybe you're a web designer or maybe a programmer. Do you think that your services will be required in the next 5 years? I would venture to say no. Just think about it. As of today, programming is done better by AI than you. You can do debugging of programming in just seconds that would take you weeks to figure out where the problems are. And then you could have AI rewrite your code so it's even more efficient. Then you could have it rewritten so that it is prettier. Or you could have AI annotate it, or whatever you want it to do. You are no longer a necessity. AI can write any script, any code that you would like. So the programmers, the web designer, and all the rest of the people have lost a job. And that's as of today. We know that to be a fact. Now, in the article, they reference actors were striking. So I did some research on this and I found something that was very interesting. And I didn't even know this. It says the Screen Actor Guild, American Federation of Television and Radio Actors, is going to strike after a groundbreaking AI proposal. It would scan actors' faces, pay them for 1 day, and then use their AI clones on any project they want forever without compensation. Basically, the actor will get 1 day's pay, and then the company can use their likeness forever. And that's it. This is what the proposal was. So the actors are obviously striking, but it just shows how their days are limited. Now, there's no love lost between myself and actors because for the most part, they're on a different wavelength than I am. I do not see things the way the majority of them do. All right? In their ivory towers and always talking down on people. And I've worked with a lot of them. And some of them are the kind of people that force you to take their Skittles and take all the green ones out because that's what they need in their trailer. All right? There's a lot of that goes on. So once again, there's not a lot of love lost between me and them. And if they lose their jobs, okay. Now, I did a report on this about 2-3 months ago where Bruce Willis was the first AI-generated, let's say, person. And he did this on purpose because he's losing his cognitive abilities and he knows that it's going to slowly get worse. But by them scanning his whole body three-dimensionally, as well as taking a ton of audio files, audio clips from him now and in the past, and having him authorize all this, that movie company owns Bruce Willis's likeness. So in perpetuity, forever, if they want Bruce Willis in a movie, he will be there, but he will be CGI. He's the first one this has happened to, and he was paid for that. But my understanding was he gets money for every time they use his likeness, and that Makes sense. It's like a royalty if you're a musician. But what they are saying, the Screen Actors Guild is kind of fighting, is that these movie companies want to take the likeness of the actors in a one-day session and never pay them again. I love it. I think it's poetic justice. Because think about it. Do they really need Will Smith, for example? They could just simply make an AI representation of Will Smith, change him up a little bit so it's not identical, so that they can't get some type of copyright claim against them, and now use that actor going forward. They don't really need the actors anymore. I said this way back when. I said, you know what? Everything is going to go CGI. So there will be more of Avatar type things where you don't see the actor anymore. It's more of a cartoon, let's call it. It's more of a 3D animated thing. And what the actors will be paid for is their voice, doing these voiceovers. That's what they'll get paid for. All right. And then stunt doubles will be doing all of the green screen stuff of the animatronics, let's say. They're not real anymore. But now moving forward, we can even get rid of that and go straight AI, and you don't even need those stunt doubles and people that are sitting on the green screens and all the rest of the stuff anymore. You don't even need them. You don't need those doubles, those people that are sitting on the green screens and all the rest of the stuff. You don't need it. So coming full circle, is your job one of those jobs that's going to be nixed within the next 5 years? I can tell you one thing. There's going to be certain jobs like a mason or someone like a plumber. You need someone to plumb. You're not going to get AI to come unplug your toilet, right? There's certain things that you're going to need or require a human's touch to be able to do. But anything that can be done thoughtfully, let's say, like I said before, when you're nixing an entire crew, an entire set, makeup artist, hairstylist, your set designer, your audio crew, your photo crew, all of the video editors, all these stuff, they're all gone. It's a major problem. And like I said before, programming and all of the rest stuff, anything that can be done up here on the computer through visuals that can be made through CGI or AI representations, you don't need people anymore. And what we're seeing too is AI generative type of audio or voices. They can listen to my voice for, let's say, an hour worth of my speech and then make a replica of my speech. I can no longer have to do this, what I'm doing right now. I could just type my script and now the AI audio generative vocal thing can do its thing and you're going to hear me, even though it's not me, but it will sound like me. All the inflections, how I speak. Everything. So at that point, like I said before, what is left? So once again, what can we do about it? What can you do about it? Is your job one of those jobs that are going to be on the chopping block? And if it is, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to look at possibly doing for a next career, the next thing? I feel like we all need to consider this, especially now. Because there's going to be a lot of people that will be unemployed. And it's going to start out on the bottom and it's going to slowly work its way to the top. Always the bottom is where all of it starts. The makeup and hair and the set designers and the photographer and the videographer and the lighting crew and the gaffers and all the rest of these people. Nixed, all right? But what this Opie girl doesn't understand, she's nixed too. Even though she thinks that it's so fantastic, she's nixed. Because that's all they needed was a picture of her face in different angles and that was it. She didn't need to be there anymore, right? So going forward, they really don't need her. They could just have AI create a random face. And as long as the hands don't have 6 fingers or a crooked finger or an eye like crooked like this or something, because we see that happen all the time, they're golden. Anyways, I hope you found this interesting like I did. If you have, throw the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not. If you are subscribed, click this button over here so when I go live or when a new video comes out, you'll be notified of it immediately. Also, download my ebooks. They are free. Go over to JCristina.com/books. Once again, JCristina.com/books. Go grab them. Free is free. You can't beat that. Finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools that I've invented for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like, and if there is, please pick it up and support me and my family. That's it, guys. I'm out of here for another vlog. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next one. And hopefully I'm here on the next one. And I'm not Max Bitrate.